Hey gamers, Rob from ZborGaming here, back with another weapon guide for Modern Warfare. And today we're looking at one of the new Season 4 weapons, the Fennec SMG. So let's go ahead and take a look at this weapon here. So the Fennec is a SMG. It unlocks at tier 15 of the Season 4 Battle Pass as a free weapon. It has a max level of 54, and right now I'm giving it an above average rating. It's close to maybe being a top tier weapon in the game. As far as the camo requirements, this is something I found that I'm not sure if this is bugged, but the camo requirements for the Fennec are actually the same camo requirements for a handgun. They're not the same requirements that most of the other SMGs have. So I don't know if that's going to get fixed at a later point in time or they meant to do that. But right now, if you notice you're leveling up the camos very fast on this weapon, that is why. Is because it does not have the same requirements as the other SMGs. As far as the base stats, the base range damage is 0 to 11.5 meters and does 40 to the head, 25 to the chest, stomach, and 22 to the limbs. Very, very fast fire rate at 1100 RPMs and an ADS speed right around 200 milliseconds. Reload time's a little slow though, close to 3 seconds. All the attachments are listed here with all the unlock levels. And I will say, if you want to take a look at this infographic in more detail, I have all the infographics on my website, ZborGaming.com. I'll have a link to it in the description below. So head on over there. I already have a handful of these slides up on the Fennec page to take a look at. So some of you guys who frequent the channel quite a bit or the website will have already seen some of this information already. As far as the loadout suggestions, I have all these a little later on in the video, show you the recoil patterns, and I talk about them a little more, so I'm going to keep moving on here. So, again, two suggested loadouts I have. One's the accuracy setup, the other's the balanced. I'll touch on these a little bit more as we get going in the video. A couple other things I want to talk about here. The Fennec has several different drop-off ranges. The first is 11.5 meters, then 17.5, 21, and over 21. We talked about the fire rate, ADS speed. I'll get into the damage profile in a lot more detail here in a few minutes, so definitely stick around for that. Movement speed's 97%, stray speed 60%, so they're very good. Recoil pattern is up and to the left, and it's a little sketchy. It jumps all over the place compared to a lot of the other SMGs. Only 25 rounds in the magazine with 50 in reserve. And because this gun shoots so fast, you will run out of ammo very quickly. So the gun has several specialized attachments here. We have two barrels, one being the ZLR 16-inch Apex, and that will give you about a 40 to 45 damage range increase. Now with only 11 meters at the base, it bumps it up to, I think it's around 13. Actually, no, it's like 17, somewhere around there. You'll see that in a later slide. I've got that in more detail. And the deadfall increases your damage range almost 50%, but it does have a 3 frame slower ADS speed. The nice thing with this barrel is you also get sound suppression though. So it's like a 2-in-1, and it will block your muzzle so you won't be able to equip a muzzle attachment with the deadfall barrel. Ammo here, we do have a specialized ammo for this gun, and that's the 45 point hollow points, which basically turn the gun into a 2-round burst, but you only have 12 bullets, so it's very similar to the burst mod on the Striker. Now, I do highly recommend running the 40-round drum on this weapon. You run out of ammo so fast. I find that when I run just the base ammo, I'm constantly getting killed, caught in reloads. But when I was running the 40, it would allow me to take out 1, 2, possibly 3 enemies, and at that point typically clear most of the threats and have enough time to then reload. So definitely take a look at putting the 40-round drum on. It will help save you in a lot of situations. Now, one other unique thing that this gun has is a unique muzzle attachment called the ZLR Saber. So this gun does not have a lightweight suppressor. Instead, it has this attachment, so you do get sound suppression, but unlike the lightweight suppressor that decreases your damage range 15 or 25%, this increases your damage range by 15% and a very minimal ADS speed penalty, around 1, maybe 2 frames. So it's really a very, very good attachment if you don't go with the deadfall. Now, I will mention the hollow point rounds. I'll go into more detail on these here in a couple slides. So, if you're looking to increase your ADS speed for the Fennec, you got a couple options here. Those hollow point rounds, tack lasers, stipple grip tape. Neither of the barrels are going to help. And then you got the no stock or the CQS stock. So not a whole lot of attachments when it comes to ADS speed. As far as recoil control, you got most of your standard attachments here. It does have the ZLR blade, which will give you aim stability, rubberized grip, and both of the barrels in this case do help improve your recoil control, so it says, but we'll take a look at those here in a minute. You can see that base recoil in a lot of cases jumps all over the place. It doesn't have any linear direction to it, but it is, for the most part, goes straight up with a little drift to the left at the end. You can see the hollow point rounds, again, they're burst, so the recoil pattern is very tight. Okay, so here is some of the damage, time to kills, shots, DPS for the different modes. You'll see that with the hollow point rounds, they'll pretty much always be a one-shot kill in that base damage range. With the base ammo, you're only going to get one-shot kill in hardcore to the head. For multiplayer in Warzone, with a 100 health enemy, it's going to be a 3, 4, 5 shot kill in that 0 to 11.5. And for a fully armored Warzone, it's going to be 7, 10, or 12 shots to kill. And with 1100 RPMs, it's going to be very hard to hit all of those with one magazine. So this probably is not going to be the best weapon to be using in Warzone. So let's go ahead and keep moving on here. So I did another video a little while back where I took an early look at the Fennec and the CR56. On my website, I now have damage range profiles for every single gun in the game that look like this. So what it what it shows you here is how the Fennec compares as far as a damage range profile, and it most closely compares to both the MP7 and the P90. Over here on the right, we have the time to kill values based off of how many bullets. You got the rate of fire, magazine size, so you can do all those comparisons. And it will perform out, in this case, the Fennec outperforms both of these weapons in time to kill at most all of the ranges. So what I have highlighted in pink here is all the areas where the Fennec outperforms both the MP7 and the P90. And you can see that for almost every point up to 21 meters, except for 2 tiny little ranges, this weapon will beat both the MP7 and the P90. The MP7 is a top tier weapon. Now, keep in mind though that the MP7 will kill faster with headshots over 21 meters. But on the whole, this gun will outperform both of those weapons. Keep in mind though, it has half the magazine size. So that is why I recommend definitely running the 40 round magazine, because you will run out of bullets super, super fast. Now, if we take a look at the burst mod, again, this is most similar to the Striker 45. And if you look at the time to kill values across all ranges, it outperforms the Striker 2-round burst in every single category. Most of that is because your rate of fire is so much faster. Now keep in mind though, the Striker does have better recoil properties, so you'll probably have a harder time hitting all those bursts. I've tried the 2-round burst mod. Frankly, I didn't like it. You run out of ammo so fast that I felt like I was always reloading. And during that reload, I was getting killed a lot. So I went back to the base ammo for the majority of the time. So if we take a look here at the ADS speed, you can see it is fairly fast. The 196 though milliseconds is one of the slower ADS speeds in the SMG category, and you can see how fast it shoots. Reload's a little slow, but you will burn through ammo super fast. Now, here is what that recoil profile looks like. Even though when you're shooting, the recoil doesn't look too bad, it looks like it's pretty linear. You can see that the bullets scatter quite a bit. So, looking at the muzzle attachments here, you can see that there wasn't a whole lot of help with the muzzle brake. That ZLR Saber really did take away a lot of the side-to-side bounce. You can see it had a lot straighter, more stable profile. And the compensator is normal. Basically, all it did is squish the pattern down. But again, though, with more of just a straight vertical, you're going to put a lot of bullets on target very fast. As far as the barrel attachments, again, I talked about you get a pretty substantial damage range for that Apex 0 to 16.5, and for the Deadfall 0 to 17. So they're really about the same. And you can see as far as the overall recoil control, you maybe get a little bit of vertical recoil help. This is another one of these guns, and I think I had another one in the past where the base recoil pattern seems to change every time you shoot it. If you look on the prior slide, you can see how this jumped around a lot, this jumped around a lot. Yet when we got here, all the bullets sort of went straight vertical in a pattern. So it's a little unique in that respect. If we take a look at the no stock attachment, you can see it didn't really add a whole lot of extra recoil. It does say negative vertical or negative recoil control. You will see though that you got a little more jump around those first few bullets. The rubberized grip tape helped a little bit. I wouldn't say it was a substantial improvement here. Looking at the underbarrel attachments, again, they were all very consistent with each other. It looks like you could run most any of these, and from a recoil standpoint, there isn't going to be a huge difference. Now, I did a few test loadouts here. The first one was what I'm calling a stealth with a low recoil. I used that ZLR Saber combined with the Apex barrel. Ranger foregrip, the blade for some aim stability, and I threw a VLK optic on. Again, you can change the optic out. You could run with no optic, but you can see here we got a really nice recoil pattern. A lot of bullets right on target. So if you aim low, this will shoot right on up towards the head. You'll get a lot of quick kills with this. You can run a reflex sight, whatever you want here. This is quite a solid loadout. The accuracy loadout, I was going for as much recoil control as I could get. And you can see here, again, we got a very nice profile. This is more if you're looking for some of those long shot kills, more mid-distance. This should perform very well. The hipfire build, I threw that Merc foregrip, stipple grip tape, no stock, 5 milliwatt laser through the 40 round drum to get extra ammo. And you can see this one was sort of all over the place. Even then, we still got 10 to 15 bullets here, fairly on target. So not too bad at 18 meters. The balance build was just trying to put a blend together. So I had the Saber stock, actually no, the ZLR Saber muzzle, Commando foregrip, the 40 round drum, sleight of hand. This is just tries to get a blend of extra ammo, faster reload, a little bit of recoil control help with some of that stealth with the ZLR Saber muzzle. And you can see here we still put a good 10 to 15 bullets on target. So that's what we had as far as the loadouts. I did 2 additional tests with the burst mod, that 45 point hollow round. Again, you can see for the most part, all the bullets were right on target compared with our other patterns. So taking a look in a little bit more detail at these, like I said earlier, this is that first loadout, the low recoil accuracy build. You can swap the optic out here for something else if you want. This is a very solid loadout. Also, if you just take off the compensator, put that deadfall barrel on, you could add the 40 round mags. That also is a very, very good loadout. I ran with that one as well. Stealth build. Now this combines that apex barrel with the saber to get the sound suppression. I threw the Ranger foregrip on. Again, you can swap the optic out. If you don't like running with an optic, you could throw rear grip, the stipple grip for faster ADS speed, or sleight of hand to reload faster, or just throw extra ammo in. You got a lot of options here. Um, this is just the balance setup with the drum mags, commando foregrip for some recoil stabilization, sound suppression, extra reload, and then last I threw that burst with a 12 round hollow point in. So a lot of great options with this weapon as far as kitting it out. When I used it with the 40 rounds, this definitely I would put above average top tier weapon. I saw a lot of people running with it. I highly recommend when you get it unlocked to level it up as fast as you can. I think you're really going to like using it. Again, though, shoot super fast. If you can put the bullets on target, it will kill really quick. So that is all I had in today's video. A lot of content here. Feel free to head on over to the website. I'll have a lot of this up on the website here. I have a lot of it up there already. So you can take a look at some of those infographics and the other information in more detail. Again, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please comment, like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll have my CR56 video coming out here fairly soon. So definitely subscribe so you get notified when that comes out. Hey, take care. Thanks for watching.